I'm here with John Harley, head coach of men's rugby at Marian University in Indianapolis, Indiana. John, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. First, thanks for having us on and giving us the opportunity to certainly talk about Marion. But my background, I've been around, involved in rugby and going on 30 years now. Certainly growing up in America, I played football, baseball, basketball, all your normal sports here. But I was lucky enough then to play college football. But like most, after 4 years, I was done with football, and luckily someone suggested I give rugby a try. And like I said, 30 years later now, rugby is pretty much all I do. I played competitively with the men's club here in Indianapolis for about 12 years, and then slowly transitioned into coaching. And I've coached everything from certainly youth to high school, some of the local all stars and academies, and now presently here at Marian University, where I'm a full-time coach, full-time employee.
Great. And can you tell me about the rugby program at Marian? How long has it been in existence? What division do you play in? And anything else of interest?
Sure. So we're still pretty new. I mean, we have been around. So this fall we start our fifth season at Marion. Technically it's our sixth year, but that first year was the year COVID hit, so made it pretty much. We didn't do too much that first year, but yeah, going on our fifth year. We play in National Collegiate Rugby Division One. We're in the Big Rivers Conference. Uh, and our goal is hopefully a big part is getting kids the opportunity to certainly go to school. We try to emphasize skill development. We have a lot of American players on our team, so their background might be 3 or 4 seasons of rugby, and that's about it. So skill development, certainly fitness, working out, uh, you know, and just making sure they're going to class. Because the overall goal is that they'll graduate and certainly go on and be productive and lead successful lives.
Thank you. Can you tell me about your international players and their role on the team?
Sure. I mean, right now we have, I think, 10. We have two new committed players coming in, possibly three and another one, so possibly four new international players. Uh, but our goal for when we recruit international kids is, again, giving them the opportunity to come to America, go to school. Most of them have played rugby, if not pretty much their whole life, a good bit more than most of our American players. So just getting them the opportunity to come over certainly help enrich their culture, help us enrich our culture, and hopefully make it a nice nice group that is successful and we both win on and off the field.
Great. What guidance would you give to both the domestic and international players for the summer before they head to Marion?
So once we get into summer, like right now, usually about June 1st, 1st of June, I usually give all the players, I say give, but we don't uh, send out any type of workouts or anything, any until about June 1st. So about June 1st, we'll send out some things. Certainly the goal is, uh, as a varsity program, our goal is that they're at home, certainly working, doing what they need to, enjoying the summer, but 45 minutes to an hour at least a day, 3 to 4 times a week, doing things to prepare for the upcoming season. And certainly if they have any questions or nice thing about nowadays with the internet, Zooms, we can, if there's a problem or an issue, I'm pretty much always around. So just, getting ready, and it's a long haul because we play year round. So it's a long haul.
Absolutely. What do you think makes your team special?
Uh, you know, I think it starts with our community or the school itself. Like, again, going into our fifth season, the school has basically been 100% supportive. Like, we've not had any issues. We have our own rugby field on campus. So it's just basically a dedicated rugby playing surface. They redid the whole area. Uh, just the school support makes it uh, pretty unique, certainly here in the U.S. And just I think most of the kids again on campus, just under 5,000 students, but 900 of them are student athletes. So the school is about a quarter of the campus is kids like everybody else. They're going to play sports. So it's really a sporting community on campus.
Super. What do you look for during the recruitment process? I know you talk to a lot of boys. So what makes someone stand out? What do you look for in a top recruit?
Really, I think it's you know I haven't certainly perfected it, but biggest thing is just kids understand that you have to go to school. So kids that definitely they understand that it's number one priority is you go to class. Certainly as a varsity program, if you're not going to class, then you're removed, and you're not removed from the team, but you're just removed from practices and playing, so that you're focusing on school because that's the number one priority. So just really again recruiting an 18-year-old. Some kids over 5 years, I'm like that kid's going to be amazing, and he doesn't pan out. And then there's kids that are like, yeah, we'll give you a go, and they're suddenly the best player on the team. So it's just biggest thing for me is just kids that understand they need to go to school, and if you're willing to put forth the effort, I think anyone can be a good rugby player with just effort alone. So really at 18, I'm willing to give everybody a go.
Great. You use the term a varsity program. What do you mean by a varsity program?
It's supported 100% financially supported by the school. So kids don't have to, they're nothing from out of pocket outside of what tuition, room, and board is costing. Other than that, the school supports and pays for pretty much everything.
Great. And how do scholarships work at Marian?
So there's really two ways it's made up. I always say the easiest way is uh, we have like each team on campus has a scholarship range that we're allowed to offer athletes up to, and it can be start with academics and then certainly athletics. So if you get some academic awards, then we have the ability to then put more athletics in there to get into the range that we're allowed to offer. But we're also, I think one of the differences again, which makes Marian pretty unique, is we can make it an all athletic award. So if you are admitted, but you're below what the starting academic awards are, then we do have the ability to make it an all athletic award. Again, getting kids into that range. So uh, I said presently, I think going into this year, we're at like 46 players right now, and they're all receiving awards from the school to certainly go to school, help pay for school, and then be on the team.
That's great. What would you say are your biggest goals for the next season?
Uh, certainly, I mean, our goal is certainly to compete at a high level, uh, develop players, help them certainly develop their skills, fostering their leadership. Big goal going into year five is certainly like but qualify for the national tournament, certainly in 15. For the past 3 years, we've qualified in sevens for the national tournament, but 15s is our next step. So qualifying for the postseason would be amazing.
That sounds like a good goal. Uh, the next question I have is less about rugby, more about Marian. What do you think are the best things about Marian University? What is it known for?
Academically, they're known for their nursing program. The business school is really good. We just started on engineering school on campus, so there's like I believe 5 different engineering degrees presently. So, and exercise and sports management is a big one on campus. And I just think the school where it sits and where we're located, I mean, it's a pretty supportive community. It's got really nice facilities, certainly academically and then athletically. And I think the campus is pretty. It surprises a lot of people when they show up for the first time. There's trees all around, so it's a pretty nice little campus.
My last question for you is about the broader community. Marian is located in Indianapolis. What can you tell me about Indianapolis and why it's a great place to go to school?
Yeah. So the campus is, like you said, it's located just 10 minutes from downtown Indianapolis. So Indianapolis, of course, the capital of Indiana, but it's also a really good sporting community in general. Like uh, Indianapolis, we have the Indianapolis Colts professional football. We have the Indiana Pacers professional basketball, but they're always hosting NCAA tournaments. They always have big sporting events in downtown. So downtown in general is just very easy to get around. It's a nice little, I shouldn't say little. I think it's like the 16th largest city in the U.S. So it's a pretty good sized city, but it's pretty easy to get around, easy access to the airport. Uh, and it's just again, a nice, surprising little sporting community.
Great. I think it helps that it's located kind of in the middle of the country, so it's not too
Yeah,
far from anyone or anywhere.
that is true. They said in general, about 8 hours from Indianapolis, you can get to pretty much all your major cities around the U.S. So it's pretty centrally located.
That's a good little tidbit to know. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, John, and I will look forward to talking to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me on, and you know, just keep in touch, and
Will
we'll be
do.
happy to do what we can.